storm zone need, Mr. President? Okay. What do the states in the storm zone, what do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about. They're getting everything they need. They're very happy across the board. So we just got to, I'm going to have to go back to the country and get some more money for it. Ms. Cheney, not only
I'm sorry.
courage, but physical courage. He is his father's daughter.
What do the states in the storm zone need, Mr. President?
Okay?
What do the states in the storm zone, what do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about. They're getting everything they need. They're very happy across the board. So we just got to, I'm going to have to go back to the country and get some more money for it. Ms. Cheney.
I think he just be out of it.
No, he
Like,
bullshitting. He bullshitting. He bullshitting. He bullshitting. Like, you're like, oh, he literally just said, I don't know what storm you talking about.
All right, like you forget, man.
Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It didn't wait, before we even,
but who is willing to put America first. I would rather vote for a man who is convicted on 34 felony counts, but who is willing to put America first, than to cast a vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. These people are showing us exactly who matters to them. They are showing us every single day who they care about. They have $750 in aid that they are willing to give out to American citizens who have literally lost everything. People's towns, everything have been completely wiped out. They get $750. But when it comes to Ukraine, when it comes to funding other countries, when it comes to rolling out the red carpet and letting millions and millions and millions of illegals come in, you have money for that. You have money to put illegals up in hotel rooms. You have money to send our tax dollars to other countries who's doing God knows what with it. But when we have American citizens here, when they are suffering and who have literally lost everything, our government is MIA. See, this is why I like to vote for facts over feelings, instead of looking at how nice a person pretends to be. Anybody can put out a good image. Anybody can make themselves look good. But when it comes down to it, look at what they're doing with the money. Look at who is getting the money. And every registered voter should pay attention to this. Pay attention to how this government is spending your tax dollars. When you go to the poll, think.
Wow, 750.
This is, bro.
That's it.
It's essentially like Hawaii all over again. Because you remember that big ass volcano had erupted, and they only gave out $700 to people who literally lost their homes, their cars, their careers, and everything. Here's $700. You'll be all right. $700, bro. That's not even a month's rent. That's in some places. $750.
Wow.
I thought that shit was a myth when they said like that's all they got to give.
That's wow.
But then I saw this shit. Like,
because you're giving billions to Ukraine.
One of those videos that basically I'm going to tell you, it's going to piss you off. So fair warning. In 2023, FEMA has used about $740 million toward different cities and states to help with a migrant crisis. A migrant crisis that was created by the current administration. For those paying attention, it's not Trump. It's actually Biden and Harris. Even with that, there's about another $340 million that was left to be allocated in 2023. In 2024, FEMA has already allocated $770 million toward the same exact thing. This money allocation comes from what's called the Emergency Food and Shelter Program. It's a program that's actually designed for American citizens in case of an emergency food or shelter crisis.
Right.
During the crisis that happened in Palestine, Ohio, there was a whopping $0 that was given to American citizens during that crisis from FEMA.
Wow.
The fires that happened in Maui, those 7,000 residents got about $22 million in like housing assistance and about another $30 million to like rebuild, so a whopping $50 million to rebuild. In North Carolina, where we're seeing all the absolute destruction up there, we have about 13 different military bases that are at the command, including the 82nd Airborne. The 82nd Airborne also has the 18th Airborne, which is probably the most equipped unit to be able to handle these sorts of emergencies.
Right.
In fact, it's basically why they were created. The Biden administration has been so absolutely bad at this that we're on day 6, and most of these communities in those areas aren't even touched. No one's even seen anybody from FEMA. The Biden-Harris administration has authorized a whopping $750 to help and assist people that are up in North Carolina.
It's fucking wild, bro.
No internet, no way to even access the money because most of them don't even have access to a bank right now. It's another reminder that the federal government is not coming to save you. You need to save yourself. You need to plan for yourself, especially with this sort of incompetent administration that we have at hand. Most of the assistance that people are seeing that is actually heading up into the area is all coming from private citizens. People like, that evil Elon Musk that owns X.
Yeah,
Elon Musk, along with Trump and others,
I saw that too.
Activated his SpaceX program, Starlink, to actually help out those in need in those areas. in those areas.
Hmm.
Just a reminder, the federal government was allocated about $47 billion to give internet access to people in rural areas. There's been a whopping 0 people that have been actually helped through that program. For a fraction of that cost, we could have given every single person in a rural community Starlink access. But I'm not done. This administration so far this year has given $24.4 billion to Ukraine.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me just pause this real quick because this is a lot of fucking money I see on my screen. $24 billion to Ukraine, $11 billion to Israel, almost $2 billion to Ethiopia, and the same for Jordan. Looks like almost $1.5 billion for
Egypt.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, I just noticed something. Why the hell are we giving money to Afghanistan? Ain't we supposed to be into it with them?
I don't know, man.
What the? Hold on a second.
Probably paying for damages that they cost.
$1.1 billion to Afghanistan. Same to Somalia, Yemen, Congo, and Syria get almost $1 billion. 9,000 per illegal immigrant. Wow.
So they got more than the people that suffered it during the storm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, like from what I saw, right? Well, let me continue the video before I give my 2 cents.
$3 billion to Israel, $1.9 billion to Ethiopia, $1.6 billion to Egypt, $1.4 billion to Jordan, $1.1 billion to Afghanistan, and about another $1 billion to Yemen, Congo, Syria, and Somalia, otherwise known as Minnesota. And if that hasn't pissed you off enough, it's about $6,000 per illegal immigrant that has come into this country. If you're not pissed off at this administration, then I don't know what else to say to you. If you want another 4 years of this crazy, absolute nonsense bullshit, then go right ahead and vote for Kamala Harris. If not, the choice is fucking clear.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But hold on a second, because from what I've heard, right? The reason why FEMA doesn't have the money to support the hurricane victims right now is because all that shit went to this right here.
Right.
You know, like they don't have enough money for the fiscal year, or they don't have enough money because apparently it went to all of this shit right here.
Right.
But we can't support people who's actually going through some shit in our own country.
Right.
That's crazy as fuck to me.
I'm speechless, man. It just goes to show, man, like, actions speak louder than words.
Mm-hmm.
She could sit up here and talk all this good shit like she care about the people, but look at the action.